Thanks for joining us again on this video. This is basically a video about doing the P settings on the Wolf Warrior 2 by Kaboo. Ash is going to go through the P settings and explain to you, once you obviously opened up, set up the scooter, before you ride it, you must do these settings. And to get to the P settings, you hold the mode button down until the PO flashes up. And at that point, you can go through the P settings. So P0 is your tyre diameter, so you don't need to change that one. So we can just go straight through by pressing the mode button to P1. P1 is system voltage. We don't need to change that. So go through to P2. It's also don't need to change. P3, don't need to change. And then you get to P4, and this is your distance. Now, depending if you want this on kilometers or miles, kilometers is on 0 and miles is on 1. So you use that little circular button in the middle to change from 1 to 0. We're going to leave it on miles because that's how we roll. P5. Now, this is a really key setting. So the P5 is your start setting. Now, if you have it on 1, that is your non-zero kickstart. So essentially kick and go. So you'll pull the trigger and you'll have to actually push the scooter manually to start it. Whereas if you put it on 0, that's immediate start. So as soon as you pull that trigger, the scooter will go. Now, there you go. We recommend that you have it on 1 until you are comfortable riding the scooter, and then you can have it on 0. But I definitely recommend having it on 1 initially. Okay, so let's roll on to P6. Now this is cruise control. That's pretty self-explanatory. 0 is cruise control off, and 1 is cruise control on. And again, advanced riders only on cruise control. Only do that once you know what you're doing. P7 is your initial acceleration. So this is how sort of rapid your acceleration is. And that goes from 0, where it's strong and powerful, all the way up to 5, which is the least powerful. Again, I'd start in 5, maybe 4, possibly 3 if you're feeling confident. We'll leave it in 4. Okay, so P8 is your speed limit as a percentage on top of the speed. So i.e. 100 equals no speed limit, because that's as high as it will go in kilometers. And then you can basically cap it to whatever you feel comfortable. So for us, we're just rolling through the numbers as you can see. I would honestly start it on 50% as a safety thing. And when you feel more comfortable and you get to understanding like the parameters of the scooter, you can raise it up to 60, 70, 80 and so on. Right, so P9 is the torque. So there's 3 settings for the torque. 1 is 50%, 2 is 75%, and 3 is your max torque. So again, we'd start on setting 1 until you feel more comfortable and you get to feel how that torque kicks in. So if you press the button again to PA, this is your electric braking now. So 0 is none, 1 is weak, 2 is medium, and 3 is strong. Okay, so this is on the PA setting. Now, just a little safety thing here that we've experienced while riding scooters. Basically, it's assisted braking. So if you have that on a high setting like 5 and you pull the trigger, you are really going to know about it. If you have it lower, it's a bit weaker. So if you've never used this sort of braking system before, try it on 1. We sometimes just don't even have it on at all because we just like traditional brakes. Again, it's down to the rider's preference, how comfortable they are, but I would never advise starting it at the highest number of 5 because you pull it and it will literally brake instantly, and obviously that can be dangerous. So we'd advise against that. Okay, so moving on to the next, it should be PB. Great, so PB is just your brightness. So that goes from 0 to off up to 5 as your brightest. And then we've got your scooter auto turn off. So this will save your battery time if you have this lower. It goes from 1 to 30 minutes. We'd recommend having it below 10 minutes in all honesty. 5 minutes, if you're leaving your scooter for 5 minutes and not riding it, you want it to turn off and preserve that battery. The next setting we've got is your PD, which is the ABS anti-locking braking system setting. So if you have 0, it's ABS off, and 1, it's ABS on. So as in a car, the brake engages and disengages rapidly to prevent the wheel from blocking. So there's another warning with this. So due to increased vibration and force on the scooter components, when using the ABS, do frequently check that all the bolts are properly fastened and everything is in place. So that is literally just have a look through your scooter, get out the Allen keys that come with it and just tighten everything up and make sure everything is nice and tight. Right, so now we're back to the beginning. So after you've done that, you are now ready to take your scooter for a ride. Right guys, so I hope you were pausing as much as you could in that video to sort of catch all the settings. If you need to watch it again, just go back through and you can skip through, and at the bottom it says what the P settings are on the video. So that would be easier for you. Like I say always, if there's any comments, just put them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, share, and enjoy.